everyone. Welcome to our next topic on Nurse Winners. Let's aim, learn, and achieve together. Today, we are going to deal with a very interesting and very important topic as shown on the slide, that is arterial blood gas analysis or else ABG analysis. It is one of the very important topic under medical surgical nursing. At the same time, it is very easy. Many a time you may find it as difficult, but I hope by the end of this video you will really find it as very easy and very helpful to interpret ABG reading. And before we start with this video, I would request all my viewers to kindly take a small notepad and a pen in your hand and keep on writing the notes. That is the same way how you write a lecture note. Keep on writing the important points that we say. At the same time, what you feel it as important, make a note of it and follow it throughout the video, so that by the end when you go back through the first page, you will be much more clear with each and every concept that comes along in this topic. So once you all are ready, so let's start. So our topic is arterial blood gas analysis. The points that I am going to include in this topic is introduction to acid and base, what are various acid base disorders, and very easy steps to interpret ABG readings. So before we go into interpretation of ABG reading, first we have to know what is this arterial blood gas and why do we do it. Usually whenever we collect a blood sample from an artery, it is for two purposes. One is to diagnose what is the oxygenation status of that arterial blood, that is whether it is hypoxic, and yes, if it is hypoxic, then we need to manage, that is treat that condition. So it is for diagnosing the oxygenation status, at the same time for managing the oxygenation status. That is one purpose of ABG. Second is to identify whether there are any electrolyte imbalances such as sodium imbalance, potassium imbalance. So if it is, then manage it accordingly. That is diagnosing and managing acid base disorders. These are the two purposes why we do arterial blood gas analysis. Let us have an acid base balance overview. This is a topic which you had already done when you all were in your 12th standard, so it's just an overview. So in acid base gas analysis, the main element here is that we are going to that is the main important step which helps us in interpreting the reading is pH. If pH is less than 7, it is acidic. If it is more than 7, we consider it as basic. And there are two organs which are responsible for maintaining this acid and base balance in our body, and the two organs are, one is kidney and the other one is lungs. So kidneys and lungs are responsible for maintaining the acid base balance in our body. What is the role of lungs in acid base balance? So whenever there is increased carbon dioxide level in the blood, usually those carbon dioxide along with water gets converted into carbonic acid in your lungs. Again I am repeating, if there is increased carbon dioxide in your blood, the carbon dioxide combines with water molecules and gets converted into carbonic acid in your lungs. And we know the term acid means pH is less. So what happens when the carbon dioxide is high? It will ultimately result in acidic state. And if the pH goes down, that is when the pH level goes down, when it becomes acidic, what will the lungs do is, lungs will try hard to compensate so that it can bring back the pH into normal level. So pH was acidic, so lungs will try hard to make it normal. What will the lungs do? Lungs will increase the ventilation. It will expel out carbon dioxide from our body. So what will happen? Ultimately pH will come back into a normal state. That is the way how a lungs play a vital role in maintaining acid and base balance. When we talk about role of kidneys in acid and base balance, then the blood pH goes down. Blood pH goes down means blood is acidic now. So what will the kidneys do? kidneys will retain bicarbonate in it. It won't allow the bicarbonate to pass out of the body. So when bicarbonate gets stored in the blood, it will maintain the pH. It will increase the pH gradually. So it is trying to make it normal. At the same time, when blood pH is more, that is when pH is acidic, it will expel out bicarbonate ion from body. So pH will go down. I hope it is clear. When pH is less, it will retain bicarbonate. When pH is more, it will expel bicarbonate. This is the way how kidneys play a vital role in maintaining acid and base balance. Next we will look on to what are the components of arterial blood gas. So we will be going through those components which are very essential for interpreting ABG. So the components of arterial blood gas are the main 4 components that we will be seeing is pH, PCO2, HCO3 and PO2. It's pH level, carbon dioxide level, bicarbonate level and oxygen level. So first we will go through the normal values of these 4 components. Normal pH of arterial blood is 7.35 to 7.45. That you have to remember, 7.35 to 7.45. Next, normal PCO2 level. It is 35 to 45 mm Hg. So the easiest way to recall it is, we can see pH was 7.35 to 7.45. So take out that 35 and 45 from it. So that is the normal PCO2 level, 35 to 45 mm Hg. Whereas bicarbonate is 22 to 26 milliequivalent per liter. 22 to 26 milliequivalent per liter. And oxygen level is 80 to 100 mm Hg. So these are the normal values of components of arterial blood gas. So we are aware about the normal components of arterial blood gas. So when we could say that these ABG values are altered, it is first, if the pH is less than 7.35, we say it is acidic. And if it is more than 7.45, we say it is alkaline. Less than 7.35 acidic, more than 7.45 alkaline. For PCO2, if it is more than 45, it is acidic, and less than 35, it is alkaline. Third, for bicarbonate, if it is less than 22, it is acidic, and if it is more than 26, it is alkaline. So this we have to remember, and in order to recall it, there is a small tip, that is how to remember it. So the word you have to remember is ROME, R-O-M-E. R stands for respiratory, O stands for opposite, M for metabolic and E for equal. Respiratory, opposite, metabolic, equal. What does it mean? If pH is less, PCO2 is more, it is acidic. Respiratory, opposite, metabolic, equal. If pH is less and HCO3 is, if pH is less and PCO2 is more, it is acidic. If pH is more and PCO2 is less, it is alkaline. That is respiratory opposite, because we had studied initially carbon dioxide, that is related to lungs. So pH less, so it should be opposite. PCO2 should be high. It means it is acidic. pH is more, then PCO2 should be less, then it is alkaline. Similarly, for metabolic, it is equal. pH is less, HCO3 is also less, it is acidic. pH is more and HCO3 is also more, it is alkaline. I hope it is very clear to you. Respiratory, both the values should be opposite. that is pH and PCO2, whereas metabolic it should be equal, that is both pH as well as HCO3. Now coming towards the actual topic, that is 3 steps for ABG interpretation. There are 3 steps for ABG interpretation. That is how we are going to analyze the ABG reading in 3 and simple easy steps. First step is identify the pH level. First we have to identify what is the pH level, whether it is acidic or alkaline. Second is you have to find what is the cause for that altered pH, whether it is lungs or else it is kidneys. If it is lungs, there will be change in the carbon dioxide level, and if it is kidney, there will be change in the HCO3 level, that is cause for altered pH. And the third is compensatory level, that is whether the organ is trying to compensate so that the pH comes into a normal state. So whether someone is compensating, then it is compensated. If no, then it is uncompensated. So these are the 3 things that we will check in ABG analysis. First is identifying the pH level, second is what is the cause for that pH, altered pH, and third is the compensatory level. So we'll go with an example. We can look into the example, which is 7.30. As we know, the normal value is 7.35 to 7.45. So it is less than 7.35. So if pH is less, we say it is acid. Second is we have to look the PCO2 level. The given value of PCO2 level is 55, whereas the normal range is 35 to 45. So it is more. It is abnormal. It is more. So you have to recall the term Rome. So for pH, if it is less, PCO2, if it is more, then it is acid. So here PCO2 is more, so it is acidic. Whereas bicarbonate, the given value is 26. The normal range is between 22 to 26. So it is normal. So what is the final finding in this? pH is less, it is acidic. PCO2 is high, again it is acidic, and HCO3 is normal. So you can see here both pH and PCO2 level both are acid. So this value, this reading, ABG reading, gives you a hint that it is a state of acidosis. Since both pH and PCO2 are abnormal, it is a acidosis stage. That was the first step, that is identifying the pH level, PCO2 level and bicarbonate level. The second step is to find out what is the actual causative factor for this acidosis, whether it is lungs or whether it is kidney. If it is lung, you may say it as respiratory, and if it is kidney, we'll say it as metabolic. So we have seen initially itself pH is acid, PCO2 is acid, HCO3 is normal. We are discussing with the same example over here. So pH less, PCO2 high. Both are opposite. pH and PCO2 are opposite. So we know Rome, RO, respiratory, opposite. pH and PCO2 are opposite. So respiratory is opposite. So here who is the causative factor for acidosis? It is the lungs. Lungs are responsible for that imbalance. So it is respiratory acidosis. In the first step you found out whether it is acidosis or alkalosis. Second stage you will find out who is the causative factor, whether it is respiratory or else it is metabolic. I hope this is clear for you. So in the first example you are very much sure about identifying whether it is a acidosis stage or alkalosis stage, at the same time whether it is respiratory or metabolic. Now let us see another example. Here you can see pH is 7.38. It is normal. PCO2 is 56. It is high, so it is acidic. HCO3 is again high. Normal HCO3 was 22 to 26. Here it is 35, so it is high. If HCO3 is high, we say it is alkaline. So now, how can we identify whether it is acidosis or alkalosis? Neither PCO2 nor HCO3 is getting matched with pH because pH is normal here. So what you have to do in such readings, in such examples, if you don't get anyone equal with pH. In the initial example, you have seen pH was acidic and PCO2 was acidic. Both were equal. So we considered that condition as acidosis. But what in this case? pH is absolutely normal. So in this condition, for our easy method of interpreting ABG reading, you have to consider the normal value of pH as 7.40. Just consider 7.40 is normal value. We used to say 7.35 to 7.45. So instead of that, consider 7.40 as a normal value. So now just check into the pH level. You have seen 7.40 is normal. The given value is 7.38. So it is less than 7.40. So if it is less than the normal, we say it is acidic. So pH became acidic. So now it is getting matched with whom? Whether PCO2 or HCO3? Yes, it is getting matched with PCO2 because PCO2 is also acidic. Now pH is also acidic. If the reading was more than 7.40, it would have been alkaline and it would have matched with HCO3. But here pH level is less than 7.40, so it's getting matched with PCO2. So it is a acidosis stage. And which acidosis? It is respiratory acidosis. It is respiratory acidosis. Okay, so this is slight confusing, but I feel that this explanation would be easy for you. If you find no one is getting matched with pH is normal, in that case consider a value as a normal value for pH. Then it becomes easy to identify whether it is acidosis or alkalosis. The third step in interpretation of ABG is identifying the level of compensation. First step was identifying what is the state, whether it is acidic or alkaline. Second step was to identify the causative factor, whether it is respiratory or metabolic. Now third is to identify the compensatory level, whether it is compensated or uncompensated. So I have already mentioned, it means whether any organ is trying to put an effort to bring back the pH into normal level. If it is, we say it is compensated. If no, it is uncompensated. So how to recall that? First is, if you see pH is normal and the other values like HCO3 or PCO2 or both are abnormal, then we consider it as compensated. The pH is abnormal and PCO2 or HCO3 or both are abnormal, we say it is uncompensated. So in the first it was pH is normal, others either one or both may be abnormal, we say it is compensated. In the second scenario, pH is abnormal and either PCO2 or HCO3 or else both, they both are abnormal, in that case we say it is uncompensated. Let us solve an example and see how it is. Look on to example number 3. In that you can see the given pH value is 7.50, PCO2 is 42, HCO3 is 33.
So we'll start solving from step number 1. So pH is more than the normal. So we say it is alkaline. PCO2 is normal, 35 to 45. Here it is 42, so it is normal. Whereas HCO3 is 33. It is more, so it is alkaline. So who is getting matched with pH? It is HCO3 that is getting matched with pH because they both are alkaline. So what is happening? The state is alkalosis, and which alkalosis? It is metabolic alkalosis. I hope those two steps are very much clear to you. Third step is to identify the compensatory level. So here what is the condition? pH is abnormal. HCO3 is also abnormal. So it is uncompensated metabolic alkalosis. pH is abnormal and HCO3 is also abnormal. So it is uncompensated metabolic alkalosis. I hope it is clear to you. In the example number 4, pH is 7.36. It is normal. PCO2 is 32. It is alkaline. HCO3 is 15. It is acidic. So pH is normal, PCO2 represents alkaline, HCO3 represents acidic. So in this case, no one is getting matched with pH. So what we are supposed to do? We have to consider 7.40 as a normal value for pH. And if you consider 7.40 as a normal value, so 7.36 is less than 7.40. So the pH becomes acidic. PCO2 is alkaline and HCO3 is acidic. Now HCO3 gets matched with pH. So it is acidosis state, and which acidosis? It is metabolic acidosis. I hope that is clear to you. Now, in order to identify which compensatory level is applicable for this study, when pH is normal and others are abnormal, it is compensatory level. In the adjacent example number 3, you have seen pH was abnormal and HCO3 or else PCO2 or else both. If they are abnormal, then it is uncompensated. But in example number 4, pH is normal, either HCO3 or PCO2 or both are abnormal, then it is compensated. And which state was it? It is a metabolic acidosis. So the final interpretation of this ABG reading is compensated metabolic acidosis. So we have seen 4 different examples in order to identify whether it is acidosis or alkalosis. Second was whether it is respiratory or metabolic, and third is whether it is compensated or uncompensated. You can solve it out again and again so that it becomes very clear to you. I hope these steps were easy and it is very comfortable for you to interpret the ABG reading. Slight points to remember at last. First we have to do is assessing the pH level, whether it is acidic or alkaline. Second is to identify the causative factor. If PCO2 is having variation, then it is respiratory. If HCO3 is having variation, then it is metabolic. Third is to identify the level of compensation. If pH is abnormal and PCO2 or HCO3 or both are abnormal, it is uncompensated. And if pH is normal and PCO2 or HCO3 or both are abnormal, it is compensated. I hope this lecture was easy and clear to you all. You can go through the slides again and again, listen to the videos again and again, keep solving the example till you are very much clear and confident in interpreting the ABG reports. In case of any doubts related to the same, you can post it in the comment box. At the same time, we will see to it that we will come out with certain exercise sections for interpretation of ABG.
Thank you. Kindly like, share and subscribe to our channel so that you can come along with us with our more future interesting lectures. And most important, we are waiting for your valuable comments so that we can improve our future lectures. Thank you so much to all my viewers.